What is up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of the Sheehan Show with me, Sean Sheehan, here on Sherdog.com. And I am back after the bell of PFL Africa 1, PFL Road to Dubai Champion Series 2, which was a very, very good card. I would nearly say a great card until the last 10 seconds when it went to not just a great card, an amazing card, a memorable card, one which at the end of the year we'll be talking about in the awards, not just for what happened in the main event, but for the card itself because of how brilliant it was. First of all, the crowd, amazing. The crowd are absolutely fantastic. From moment one, singing and chanting and cheering their hometown fighters. Habib came in, they cheered him. The very end, I watched the replay and they showed it the kind of the finale. We'll get to that in a second. The noise on it, but also the noise when the winner was read out. Absolutely amazing. And of course, that winner was Costello van Steenis. A massive, massive shock. I'm looking here on Sherdog.com. 451 of round 5. I got the cards sent to me. The scores were 3-1 Eblen, and 2-2. And it's funny, I tweeted after the fourth round, this could either be 3-1 or 2-2. Eblen looks tired and hurt. We could be on for a massive shock here. And by God, was I right. So just to run through the fight here quickly. The first round for me went to Eblen, 10-9. Van Steenis went for takedown. Eblen got a takedown. There was a bit of a clinch in a break, but Eblen was landing leg kicks and strikes, landing some lovely strikes in the clinch. He got a big lift and a big slam. Went for the arm triangle, didn't manage to get it. Got a bit of ground and pound after getting on the ground. He got two hooks in at one stage, kind of fell off, but rode it out. Van Steenis got out late, definitely his round. Second round, similar sort of thing, but easier for Eblen. Big single leg takedown early, high crotch, got into guard, few shots on top, moving slowly on top into the rear naked choke position, didn't get it. Van Steenis got out, but nearly got rear naked choked by Eblen immediately, but didn't again. Fell off late, did Eblen, but definitely again 10-9 Eblen. So that was 2 rounds up to Eblen. The third was the closest round of all, no doubt about it. Eblen was throwing some kicks from the outside and Van Steenis was answering. Eblen got a clinch and landed a lovely knee, but both were landing standing. There was a bit of a war in the middle of this round for about 10-15 seconds. It was really, really fun. Costello van Steenis, I thought, hurt him with a spinning forearm. He was landing a couple of those Travis Brown elbows, which were really, really nice as well. Fell down, landed an up kick. So I actually gave the round to Eblen when I'm reading it back. Maybe I would have given it Van Steenis, but I thought Eblen just did enough. The fourth round, though, it was definitely a Van Steenis round. He started well kicking from the outside. Eblen landed a few hard ones as well from the outside. He was doing well there, but Van Steenis knocked him down with a calf kick. Eblen got into a clinch and Van Steenis was landing loads in the open. Like, Eblen looked really tired to me and really hurt. And, he jumped for a clinch at one stage and, Van Steenis landed a lovely knee and he landed a back kick on the break as well, which was really, really nice. And I said to myself at the end of that round, Eblen doesn't look great here, and he definitely didn't. The fifth round was kind of a slow start from both, and Van Steenis landed some lovely jabs and kicks on the outside, but then he threw a spinning kick, shades of Chris Weidman, Luke Rockhold, shades of Chelson and Anderson Silva with the spinning elbow. I thought it was over then. Eblen took him down, took the back, landed some elbows, but he got up, got up, went into the clinch, landed some Travis Brown elbows. Again, there was a body lock takedown for Eblen. Again, I'm thinking this is over, but Van Steenis rolled out, took the back, got both hooks in, rear naked choke, and I'm thinking to myself, there's like 20 seconds left here. This is dead on. Then it was counting down 15, 12 seconds. I was like, no, he's not going to get it. With 10 seconds left, Rich Mitchell, who did a great job throughout this whole fight, breaking up different bits and pieces of it, checked Johnny Eblen's hands. Johnny Eblen was asleep. Choked him out, choked him to sleep. Costello van Steenis gets the win, and what an absolutely amazing win it was. Comeback of the year. Do you know what? It wasn't fight of the year, no, but yeah, I think it should be in the standings. Shock of the year. Submission of the year. I think definitely submission of the year, in my opinion. Like the comeback of the year to me before this was the Sean O'Bannon fight, because Sean had been so hurt and almost immediately come back. Do you know, it was one of those. This is like, you had been losing the fight pretty well. Now, having said that, he could have won. If it had gone to a decision, like he wouldn't have won the fight, but he would have won the fight in one judge's card, if you get me. So wasn't as an amazing comeback maybe as we think straight away. Okay, on second thoughts, maybe not. But the way he won it was amazing. And, what a win for Van Steenis. Absolutely, absolutely fantastic there. The co-main event then was Dakota Ditcheva. And do you know what? This was a bit of a great fight and a bit of a terrible fight for Ditcheva. She broke her hand in what to me looked like the third round, but she looked amazing other than that. Apart from, I think, maybe she got a bit tired in this fight, like in the middle of the second round, and I think it was from the destruction she put on Sumiko Inaba. Inaba so tough. Like, she came out swinging first of all, and Dakota Ditcheva just landed these two big front kicks right to the face, did a big combo, got into that tight clinch as she tends to do. You know, that tight plum, just amazing. Knees to the body, knees to the head. Like, she landed a 1-2 head kick combination at one stage. It was absolutely fantastic. You know, huge knees hurting Ab, and then an elbow came after. We're still in the first round here. You know, she landed a right hand as well. And I just wrote here in my notes, the chin on Inaba, absolutely fantastic. You know, the late knee again. Ditcheva was just eating her up. You know, on the entries, on the exits, inside. She was, you know, sometimes you say you need to be all the way in, all the way out. Against Ditcheva, where can you be? Like, you get into boxing range with her, she's going to eat you up there. There wasn't much boxing range in this fight, funny enough. She kept pulling her in. Actually, at one stage, Ditcheva actually backed up and allowed her to come on to her into the cage. That was in the second round, before she broke her hand. When she broke her hand in the third, she definitely started doing that even more. But the second round, again, was a little bit longer, I thought, from Ditcheva. Some of the shots from the outside, and then the clinch again was absolutely amazing. Landed a huge shot on the brakes, absolutely destroying her. Landed a lovely back elbow at one stage, and Inaba was still coming forward. You know, Ditcheva kind of, I was here now where she backed onto the cage, looking a little bit tired, as I said, kind of resting in the clinch, but then front kick to the face, just mauling her in the clinch and ragdolled her across the cage. At one stage, leg kicks started the third round. We hadn't seen much of them so far. It was probably the only thing we hadn't seen. And in that, again, we saw that head kick 1-2 combo with the head kick first this time. Beautiful straight left hurt her. I thought at this stage, I thought at the end of the second, like, she's not going to be finished. But when that straight left hurt her, I thought, okay, maybe this is it. But no, she recovered again. Lovely left to the hook to the body. And a lovely one over the top as well, a beautiful shot. And maybe it was around then when she broke the hand, and Abba got into the clinch, and you know, you could see the hand was broken. After that, Ditcheva again pulled her back into the clinch, landed a couple of right hands clean, but there wasn't a whole lot towards the end. Landed or threw a couple of spinning maneuvers. They did Ditcheva, they didn't really land, but great stuff from her there. Look, one of the most exciting attacking fighters we have in the sport today. Absolutely fantastic, a fantastic win, but she's probably going to be out now for a few months, unfortunately. Will she be able to fight the winner of the tournament this year? That's, I suppose, looking less likely now. What 5 months left in the year? Maybe, you'd never know, but I suppose we'll have to see. Like, the handbrake is one of those fighters, I always say, like, if it heals properly, you can stay fit, you know, and it's maybe an easier one to get back from in terms of preparing for the fight. If it's okay for, you know, your sparring and stuff, like the physical, like if you have a hamstring injury or if you have an ACL, it's harder to get, you know, you're running in your road work. And no, I'm probably the worst person in the world to be talking about that, but I hear fighters saying that. So again, this is probably Ditcheva's best performance and her worst performance all in one. And not performance is the wrong word, but you know, it was a bad fight because I thought she looked tired at one stage and she broke her hand. But it was a great fight because she dominated her. I thought it was 10-8, 10-8, 10-8, to be honest. One judge had it that way. Two judges didn't. They had no 10. I just can't understand looking at that fight and not giving 1 10-8 in those 3 rounds. I cannot understand it. And we talk about, you know, damage. Damage was there, in my opinion. So, right, let's get to some of the other fights. I'll finish up the main card and then we will run through the PFL Africa, which was absolutely great as well. So AJ McKee, Ahmed Magomedov. For me, AJ McKee won all 3 rounds. The first one was the closest, came out fast, couple of 1-2s, but then Ahmed got the takedown. AJ nearly got a triangle. He got into half guard, landed some ground and pound, but not too much. You know, AJ took him down in a transition and he landed some hard jabs. Ahmed was hurt, in my opinion, but he recovered quickly, and AJ landed a nice body kick late, which hurt him again. Close round, but, you know, he was hurt with the body kick, he was hurt with the jab, he was almost caught in a triangle. You know, is that worth more than a takedown, a few shots of ground and pound? I think it was. Second round, Magomed went for a clinch, but AJ caught him and slammed him, took the back, body triangle, looking for rear naked choke. landed a few punches on top as well. That was definitely an AJ round. And in the third, there was a clinch and a takedown from Mago, got into the guard. AJ kind of kicked him off, landed a couple of up kicks, went for the triangle, but he slipped out. AJ swept him again, got that kind of front headlock position, went into the ride position, took the back, got the body triangle, and saw it out from there, won the decision. I thought he was going to get the choke at one stage, but he was happy enough, I think, near the end. He dominated in that third round. He was happy enough to take the win in the end. So back down to featherweight, back in form for AJ McKee. Great stuff there from him. Then we had Artur Zanyukov against Izumi. This was a pretty straightforward unanimous decision there. Izumi tried to clinch, couldn't do it, no good. Artur got a takedown, whole round on top. Second round, Artur landed some power strike, got a takedown, mount late. Third round, easy early takedown for Artur Zanyukov. You know, again, looks a very good prospect at the weight at 155. Habib was in his corner. You know, Habib getting an awful smothering from the crowd, shall we put it. Looked really, really good there. Another shock in the opening fight of the main card where Corey Anderson defeated Dennis Goltsov. Now, I picked him coming in. He was one of my bets of the week, but this again, I don't know, was it very extra hot or at elevation or something in Cape Town? I'm not sure, but Dennis Goltsov got tired here in a way. Like, this has happened to Dennis Goltsov before, not necessarily tired, but kind of given up. I actually called this. I said the fight would almost certainly go this way. So, extremely fast start from both, and Corey got cut by a jab early, and Dennis kind of clinched up, but couldn't get a takedown, and kind of midway point of the round, Corey took over as the pace slowed. He got a late takedown himself. I leaned Goltsov in the first round based on the cut because there wasn't too much else, but Corey Anderson clearly was the coming man at that stage. The second round, Dennis jabbed him, but it was even enough early. Corey was pushing the pace. Dennis got so tired that he turned his back on Corey Anderson at one stage, and Corey got an easy takedown into the mount at halfway, big ground and pound, 12-6 elbows. He then kind of fell off, and you're thinking, okay, here Goltsov has a way to kind of get out here and get back on feet, but no, got on top again, more elbows, and there was a TKO finish at 3:28 of the second round. So Corey Anderson up at heavyweight is a definite guy to think about up there. Then the undercard, we have been left with at the end of the undercard, and I'll run through the fights here quickly in a second. In the bantamweight division, we have Godgoga versus Kareem, with Hokonyo versus Ndembele, and in the heavyweights we have Joffe Hulton against Babley and Nana against Clark. They're going to be our matchups, and it's a very, very, very good prelim bonanza, you would say it here. Ndembele looked really, really, really good. He ended up getting the finish at the end of round one, striking early, looked really good. He got a lovely takedown and big ground and pound, finished it off. Then in the heavyweights, this went all 3 rounds between Nana and Grogu. You know, Nana was just a better fight throughout it, better fighter throughout it. Like, Grogu landed some power early, but he got tired in the second, and Maxwell Nana just kind of took over. Again, a very, very close fight in the bantamweight division. Then went to a split decision. Shannon Van Thunder against Bolo Godogo. Godogo's wrestling in round 1. Van Toren nearly subbed him in round 2. Godogo landed some ground and pound late. That was kind of the swing round there. The first round was relatively close as well, but Godogo striking in the third won it for him. He won the split decision, and I think it was the right way to go. The next fight between Joshua Arwa and Justin Clark, a very, very odd one. Arwa's beating him up in round 1, nearly got the KO, landing some big shots, but Arwa retired on his stool. It looked to me like he couldn't see, but they said he had a broken nose. Now, whether he blew the broken nose out and it closed his eyes and he couldn't see, I'm not sure, but anyway, he retired on his stool after round 1. Justin Clark won. In the bantamweight division, then again a close one here with Kareem Hinini beating Shinsaba via split decision. Shidaba came out and dominated the striking area, looked really, really good, but then Kareem nearly got a late anaconda. Second and third had big takedowns for Kareem. Split decision, very, very close. Then we had Abdullah Kane versus Joffrey Hulton, and this was a very, very quick fight. Let me see how long exactly it went here. 40 seconds. So, bit of striking early. Kane landed a big eye poke, and Joffrey Hulton fell down because of it. And as he was on the ground, Kane jumped in and hit him with a massive knee. Hulton could not continue, and it was a DQ, a rare DQ, says Sean Sheehan, but a very, very rare one at that. Then we had Simbarse Hokonya versus Franz Malambo, probably the shock of the evening apart from the main event. Hokonya ended up winning this, got on top early in round one. As Franz Malambo tends to do, he pulled the guillotine. No good though. Same in round two. Then there was a point taken near the end of round two. Now, I might be a bit biased there considering Franz is Irish, but I didn't think either of the two shots that were thrown were to the back of the head. I thought they were on the top of the head. I thought they were both legal. Anyway, it didn't matter because the fight went on. Hokonya was kind of playing it up a bit. Then Franz came out in the third, kind of rocked him twice. Then Hokonya kind of rocked him before Hokonya got another takedown. They got up for the last 30 seconds, and Malambo just didn't have it in him to land those strikes, so ended up losing that. But a good win from Hokonya there. And then in the heavyweight fight, if we love one round fights, this one has a few really fun back and forth, and a big late KO for Babli. And that was after the event was opened with Juliet Yuka, who looked really good. It was a good fight against Kaylee Niedermeyer. She won the decision, got eye poked a couple of times, but won a good technical fight and a good technical decision. So, as I said again, the bantamweights will be Godogo versus Kareem, and Hokonya versus Ndebele. The heavyweights will be Joffrey versus Babli, and Nana versus Clark, after an amazing event. All right, everyone, that is it from me. Thank you very much for tuning in. My name is Sean Sheehan for Sherdog.com, and I'll see you all next time.